Hello, cubs, and welcome to my spooky den. Tonight we are camping deep in the forests of the Rift. So put the ghosts to bed and grab a seat by the campfire, as today we are going to be reading The Horror of Castle Zaya by Baloth Cole. And we are going to be reading it with...
me! Hello everyone, and allow me to do my introductions. My name is Lord Orion, but I would much rather prefer if you all would call me Ori for short. I run a small tavern at an undisclosed location within the borders of Skyrim. There, I usually read a few books and serve lovely imported beverages to my lovely listeners. As for the content creator side of things, I am a fellow small content creator and a dear friend of Rianni's, and I'm recently back to making similar content as to what Rianni herself is making. Hence, why this collab is extra exciting to me. And so it's my utmost pleasure to do these readings alongside her, and to you as well, cubs of her den.
Yes, and we are all very excited to have you here with us for this one, Ori, as well. So, without further ado... So, dramatis personae. We have Clavides, captain of the Imperial Guard, Cyrodiilic, Anara, a Dunmer maid, Ulyss, a lieutenant of the Imperial Guard, Argonian, and finally Xylassa, a young Argonian mage. Late evening. The play opens in the interior great entrance hall of a castle in Scath Anad, replete with fine furnishings and tapestries. Torches provide the only illumination. In the center of the foyer is a great iron door, the main entrance to the castle. The staircase up to the landing above is next to this door. On stage left is the door to the library, which is currently closed. On stage right is a huge suit of armor 20 feet tall, nearly touching the ceiling of the room. Though no one can be seen, there is the sound of a woman singing coming from the library door. A loud thumping knock on the iron front door stops the woman's singing. The door to the library opens and Anara, a common-looking maid, comes out and hurries to open the front door. Clavides, a handsome man in imperial garb, stands there. Good evening to you, Sergio.
Good evening. Is your master at home?
No, Sergio. It's only me here. My master, Segera Kina Telvani Hordalf Zaya, is at his winter estate. Is there something I can do for you?
Possibly. Would you mind if I came in?
Not at all, Sergio. Please, may I offer you some Flynn? Clavides comes into the hall and looks around.
No, thank you. What's your name?
Anara, Sergio.
Anara. When did your master leave Scath Anud?
More than a fortnight ago. That's why it's only me in the castle, Cedro. All the other servants and slaves who tend to his lordship travel with him. Is there something wrong?
Yes, there is. Do you know an Ashlander by the name of Sul Kharifa?
No, Cedro, I don't know no one by that name.
Then you aren't likely to now. He's dead. He was found a few hours ago, dying of frostbite in the Ashlands. He was hysterical, nearly incomprehensible, but among his last words were castle and sire.
Dying of frostbite? In summertide? In the Ashlands? Bavek, that's strange. I suppose it's possible that my master knew this man. But being an Ashlander, and my master being of the House of Telvarni, well, if you'll pardon me for being flippant, Sergio, I don't think they could have been friends.
That is your master's library? Would you mind if I looked in?
Please, Sergio, go wherever you want. We got nothing to hide. We're loyal Imperial subjects.
As I hear, are all Telvanni?
Clavides enters the library and looks over the books.
The library needs dusting.
Yes, Sergio, I was just doing that when you knocked at the door.
I'm grateful for that. If you had finished, I wouldn't notice the space in the dust where a ladder, where a, where a rather large book has recently been removed. Your master is a wizard, it seems.
No, Sergio. I mean, he studies a lot, but he don't cast no spells. If that's what you mean by a wizard. He's a keener. Went to college and everything. You know, now that I think about it, I know what happened to that book. One of the other keeners from the college been round yesterday and borrowed a couple of books. He's a friend of the master, so I thought it'd be fine.
This Kina, was his name Warvim?
Could have been. I don't remember.
There is a suspected necromancer at the college named Kina Warvim. We arrested last night. We don't know what he was doing at the college, but it was something illegal, that's for certain. Was that the Kina who borrowed the book? A little fellow, cripple, with a withered leg.
No, Sergio, it weren't the keener from yesterday. He was a big fella who could walk, so I noticed.
I'm going to have a look around the rest of the house if you don't mind.
Clavides goes up the stairs and delivers the following dialogue from the landing and the rooms above. Anara continues straightening up the downstairs, moving a high-backed bench in front of the armor to scrub the floor. Can I ask, Sergio? What you looking for? Maybe I could help you.
Are these all the rooms in the castle? No secret passages?
Oh, Sergio. What would Sedgera, Kenna, Telvani, Hordalfzire want with secret passages?
Looking at the armor, your master is a big man.
Oh, Sergio, don't tease. That's giant armor just for decoration. My master slew that giant 10 years ago, and kind of keeps it for a souvenir.
That's right. I remember hearing about something about that when I first took my post here. It was someone named Seer who killed the giant, but I didn't think the first name was Hordolf. Memory fades, I'm afraid. What was the giant's name?
Oh, I'm afraid I don't remember, Sergio.
Well, I do. It was Torfang. I got out of Torfang's shield.
I don't understand, Sergio. Torfang's shield? Clavides runs down the stairs and examines the armor.
Sol Karifa said something about getting out of Torfang's shield. I thought he was just raving, out of his mind.
But he ain't got a shield, Sergio. Clavides pushes the high-backed bench out of the way, revealing the large manted shield at the base of the armor.
Yes, he does. You covered it up with that bench.
I didn't do it on purpose, Sergio. I was just cleaning. I see that armor every day, Sergio, and Bavek, I swear I ain't never noticed that shield before.
It's fine, Anara. I believe you.
Clavides pushes on the shield, and it pulls back to reveal a tunnel down.
It appears that Sedora Kana Telvani Hordolf Sir does have a need for a secret passage. Could you get me a torch?
Bavek, I ain't never seen that before. Anara takes a torch from the wall and hands it to Clavides. Clavides enters the tunnel.
Wait here.
Anara watches Clavides disappear down the tunnel. She appears agitated and finally runs for the front door. When she opens it, Ulyss, an Argonian lieutenant in the Imperial Guard, is standing at the entrance. She screams.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry to frighten you.
Not now! Go away!
Well, I'm afraid the captain wouldn't like that, miss.
You're with the captain? Blessed mother! Clavides comes out of the tunnel, white-faced. It takes him a few moments to speak.
Captain? What's down there? Did you know your master's a necromancer? That your cellar is filled with bodies?
Anara faints. Ulyss carries her to the bench and lays her down.
Let me see, Sergio. You'll see soon enough. We're going to need every soldier from the post here to cart away all the corpses. Ulyss, I've seen enough battles, but I have never seen anything like this. No two are alike. Khajiit, Sload, Dunmer, Cyrodiil, Breton, Nord, burned alive, poisoned, electrified, melted, torn apart, turned inside out, ripped to shreds, and soon back together. You think the Ashlander escaped? That's what happened? I don't know. Why would someone do something like this, Ulyss?
There is a knock on the door. Clavides answers it. A young Argonian woman, Xylassa, is standing, holding a package and a letter. Good morning. You're not Lord Xyre, are you?
No. What do you have there?
A letter and a package I'm supposed to deliver to him. Will he be back shortly?
I don't believe so. Who gave you the package to deliver?
My teacher at the college, Kemawavin. He has a bad leg, so he asked me to bring these to his lordship. Actually, to tell you the truth, I was supposed to deliver them last night, but I was busy.
Ah, greetings, sister. We'll give the package to his lordship when we see him.
Ah, hail, brother. I had heard there was a handsome Argonian in Scath Anud. Unfortunately, I promised Kemawavim that I'd deliver the package directly to his lordship hands. I'm already late. I can't just...
We're Imperial Guard, miss. We will take the package and the letter.
Xylassa reluctantly hands Clavides the letter and the package. She turns to go.
You're at the college, if we need to see you.
Yes. Fair tidings, brother.
Good night, sister.
Clavides opens the package as Xylassa exits. It is a book with many loose sheets.
It appears we found a missing book, delivered to our very hands.
Clavides begins to read the book, silently to himself.
Another Argonian in Scath Anud, and a pretty one at that. I hope we weren't too rude to her. I'm tired of all these women with their smooth, wet skin. It would be wonderful if we could meet when I'm off duty.
While Ulyss talks, he opens the letter and reads it.
She looks like she's from the south. Like me. You know, Argonians from Northern Black March are much less.
Ulyss continues reading, transfixed by the letter. Clavides skips to the back of the book and reads the last sentences.
Clavides reading, in black ink. The Khajiiti mailed showed surprisingly little fortitude to a simple lightning spell, but I've had interesting physiological results with a medium-level acid spell cast slowly over several days. In red ink on the margins. Yes, I see. Was the acid spell cast uniformly over the entire body of the subject? In black ink. The Nord female was subjected to 16 hours of a frost spell, which eventually crystallized her into a state of suspended animation, from which she eventually expired. Not so the Nord male, nor the Ashlander male, who lapsed into their comas much earlier, but then recovered. The Ashlander then tried to escape, but I restrained him. The Nord then had an interesting chemical overreaction to a simple fire spell and expired. See the accompanying illustration. In red ink. Yes, I see. The pattern of boils and lesions suggests some sort of internal incineration, perhaps caused by the combination of a short burst of flames following a longer session with frost. It's such a shame I can't come to see the experiment personally, but I compliment you on your excellent notation. In black ink. Thank you for the suggestion about slowly poisoning my maid Anara. The dosages you've suggested have had fascinating results, eroding her memory very subtly. I intend to increase it exponentially and see how long it is before she notices. Speaking of which, it is a pity that I haven't seen any Argonian subjects, but the slave traders promised me some healthy specimens in the autumn. I should like to test their metabolism in comparison to elves and humans. It is my theory that a medium-level lightning spell cast in a continuous wave on an Argonian would not be lethal for several hours at least. Similar to my result with the Cyrodiilic female and, of course, the giant. In red ink, it'd be a shame to wait until autumn to see. Always reading the letter in red ink. Here is your Argonian. Please let me know the results. It's signed Kema Varvim. Clavidas replies, By Kinnereth! This isn't necromancy, it's destruction. Kema Varvim and Kenatilvani Hordalf Sire haven't been experimenting with death, but with the limits of magical torture. Always responds, the letter isn't addressed to Kenatilvani Hordalf Sire, it is addressed to Sedura Iachila Sire, his wife, do you think? Clavidas responds, Iachila, that was the Telvani of the Sire family, who I heard about in connection with the giant slaying. We'd best get the maid out of here. She'll need to go to a healer.
Clavides wakes up Anara, and she appears disorientated. Anara looks around. What's happening? Who are you?
Don't worry. Everything is going to be fine. We are going to take you to a healer. Olis says, Do you need a coat, Iachila?
Thank you. No, I'm not cold. Anara, or rather, Iachila, stops, realizing that she's been caught. Clavides and Ulyss unsheath their blades.
You have black ink on your fingers, your ladyship, Olis says. And when you saw me at the door, you thought I was the Argonian that your friend Warvmim sent over. That's why you said, Not now, go away.
You're much more observant than Anara. She never did understand what was happening. Even when I tripled the poison spell and she expired in what I observed as considerable agony.
What were you going to use on me first? Lightning or fire?
Lightning. I find fire to be too unpredictable. As she speaks, the flames in the torches extinguish. The stage is utterly dark. There is the sound of a struggle, swords clanging. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashes out, and there is silence. From the darkness, Iachila speaks. Fascinating. There are several more flashes of lightning as the curtain closes. And that is the end of today's Spooky Den tale. I too hope you've enjoyed this one, Cubs, and thank you, Lord Arian, for coming and reading with us. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me. And I hope to once again return in the future to read for my listeners as well as for the cubs of your den.
Yes, we will look forward to it as well. Okay, until next time, my cubs, stay cozy.